Hello friends, in this video we will see what's happened when Rahu sits in different houses in Libra Ascendant, and this is the first part of the video. So, let's start. Rahu in 5th house. The shadow planet Rahu is a well-perceived malefic celestial presence, but its placement gets impacted by other planetary placements in the horoscope chart, which could make it appear beneficial as well as adverse at times. This would come out with the picture of progeny, love and education of these natives. The pleasant placement of Rahu in 5th house would bless the native with good affluence and wiser blend-in attitude, which would take them towards good growth upon land. These people would be truly spiritual and philosophical in their approach and would carry a learned personality. The natives having Rahu in 5th house would lead a pleasant and respected life and would be endowed with peace and persistence. The malefic placement of Rahu in 5th bhava would bring some of the adverse impact and bitterness in the native's life, with the major obstacle of problems in the birth of child or abortions. Besides this, after the birth of the son, the spouse's health would suffer for continuous 12 octoskins. Apart from this, the placement of Jupiter along with Rahu in 5th house would result in problems to the native's father. The natives of this placement should keep along or wear an elephant made of silver like a pendant for most of the time, as it will reduce the adverse impacts of this placement. Besides which, the person you stay away from alcohol, non-vegetarian food and adultery for her whole life. These natives should formally remarry their spouse, as it will defend their first marriage from perceived breakage and failure. Rahu in Aquarius. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. Both the planets are airy and share a positive relationship. However, such people are under the strong influence of the air element. They have strong desires and high aspirations. They have a tendency to build castles in the air. Saturn concerns with society and status. When Rahu is placed in its sign, the native has a tendency to seek social recognition. Such people want to be admired and respected in their social sphere. This placement of Rahu often affects the health of the native. Such people also suffer detachment from loved ones. However, this is a positive placement of Rahu concerning one's financial prospects. Such people earn well in life and acquire good wealth. They increase their earning with their own efforts. Their strong willpower helps them fulfill their desires. These natives have a tendency to spend a lot on luxury items. They carve their own place in the society and earn a lot of recognition with their own efforts. Rahu in 6th house. The shadow planet Rahu is perceived to be a malefic presence in general, but depending upon the planetary placements in the horoscope chart, it can also appear pleasant at times. The placement of Rahu in 6th house would bring some positive impacts upon the native's life. The 6th house is ruled by planet Mercury and Ketu, and here Ketu gets exalted, for which it will bring pleasant results to the native. This placement of Rahu in 6th house would bestow gains to the person, and there would be good affluence at the native's home. Apart from this, the native having Rahu in 6th house would make a lot of lavish spending, and especially over the clothing. They will lead a very comfortable and amusing life altogether. The natives of this placement of Rahu in 6th house won't have much work pressure, neither they would take worries at work, as they will remain calm and fun-loving even at work, but their intellect would take them towards good heights in the professional arena. He or she won't be needed to put much efforts and hard work to grow, besides which they will triumph over most of the hurdles and emerge safe at workplace. Apart from this, the malefic placement of Rahu in 6th house would bring problems to the native's brothers and friends, while the placement of Mercury or Mars in the 12th house will be another reason for the malefic effects to the native. This adverse placement could lead to loss of wealth and health problems to the native. Sneezing while going to work will be a sign of bad results for these natives. The natives of this placement of Rahu in 6th house should keep a black dog at home for the betterment in life, and should keep a lead nail in the pocket for most of the times. He or she should never harm her brothers and sisters. Rahu in Pisces. Rahu is strongly associated with spirituality, deep meditation, intuition and mysteries. Rahu also represents our desires. Pisces is a sign associated with dreams, imagination and the world of fantasies. The combination of an airy planet in a water sign gives even more depth and substance to one's spiritual and meditative tendencies. This placement of Rahu gives a deep thinking to the native. Jupiter is the ruling planet of Pisces, and if it isn't much supportive in the horoscope, Rahu in Pisces makes the native a fake spiritual teacher. This is an average placement overall. Rahu in Pisces also gives problems in business matters. It also causes some unwanted travels. People born with Rahu in Pisces often travel to foreign countries. In fact, chances of settlement abroad also exist with this placement. Such people work hard in life but don't always get the desired results. Mental problems and distress is also possible to the native. Such people also suffer from sleeplessness. Natives also feel detached in relationships, so problems with spouse are also likely due to this placement. Rahu in 7th house. The placement of Rahu is generally perceived to be adverse and inauspicious, besides which the presence of Rahu in 7th house will also bring negative impacts upon the aspects of this house, or there will be some hurdles in the path of the native even if other planetary placements would reduce the negativity of the Rahu's presence. The natives of this placement of Rahu in 7th house would be dominating upon many around, but they would possess very few strong bonds, besides which there will be many people standing around them, but most of them won't be trustworthy, besides which these natives also won't be completely loyal in relationships. They would confront much obstacles in developing relationships and could have some enemies around, but they would emerge safe even though. These people having Rahu in 7th house would face some difficulties in getting married and would also have some hurdles in the conjugal path. Besides this, it would not be good for these natives to get married before 21 yoktoskins of age. The natives would possess positive relations with the government and strong bonds with people of authority, which will be beneficial for you, while those weaker than you would keep a relation for their own self-interests. These people having Rahu in 7th bhava would confront much losses if they would get involved in the pursuits associated with Rahu, like electrical equipment. Besides this, if the Mercury, Venus or Ketu get placed upon the 11th house, then the native would suffer from headaches, and her sister, wife or son would also receive worst effects, as taking them towards a very poor situation. These native having Rahu in 7th house should confer 6 coconuts in a flowing river for the reduction of malefic effects. Rahu in Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars, which is a fiery masculine planet. Rahu on the other hand is an airy planet, so the relationship between Mars and Rahu is not that positive. Air fans the fire, so people born with Rahu in Aries are often quite aggressive. They are reckless and impulsive, and always ready to fight without thinking of the implications. However, Rahu is a clever planet. It affords the native with a lot of intelligence and a sharp mind too. People born with Rahu in Aries get wealth unexpectedly. There is a strong desire to succeed in life. These people are quite determined when it comes to their professional life. Their career often progresses due to hard work and efforts they put in. They struggle to trust people easily and encounter a lot of confusion in making decisions. Their short-tempered approach also causes problems in their married and love life. These people can also be selfish and egoistic at times, which also affects their love relationships adversely. Overall, this is an average placement of Rahu for a native. Rahu in 8th house. The shadow planet Rahu is one of the most malefic presence in the celestial arena, for which it is perceived to bring most of the adverse impacts upon the human lives, though if the other planetary placements would support, it could also bring some positive shades at times. The people born with Rahu in 8th house would lack the sincerity and seriousness in their approach towards life. They will be the people of amusement arena who would think of having fun for most the time at any cost. They could even be disloyal and untrue at times, and could betray others in relationships for which they would rarely possess strong relations around. The natives of this placement of Rahu in 8th house would make much lavish spending in their life, while at some places they would be compelled to do so, as in court cases or upon unworthy people. Besides this, it will also affect the personal life of the natives, as they will confront much difficulties in maintaining relationships and would confront the lack of peace in the family. Apart from this, if the benefic Mars gets placed over 1st or 8th house and Saturn gets placed over 8th bhava, then this malefic placement of Rahu in 8th house would turn somewhat benefic to make the person rich and to bring him, her success upon land. The natives of this placement of Rahu in 8th bhava should keep a square piece of silver always with them and should keep some amount of saunf below the pillow while sleeping. They should not work in any electricity or power department or in any kind of associated arenas. These could bring them some of betterment in life. Rahu in Taurus. Rahu is said to be exalted in Taurus, so it brings positive results most of the time. Taurus is an earth sign, and when Rahu is placed in it, it brings stability and a sense of permanence in the native's life. Taurus is ruled by Venus, which represents love, passion and partner. Rahu is associated with foreign, out of caste, so people with Rahu in Taurus often get married to someone of an opposite caste. Such people get a lot of recognition and respect from the government. These people are also respected and admired among their social circle. Rahu in Taurus affords the native with property and land ownership. These people, however, are emotional and a little short-tempered too. They tend to face issues with spouse due to their harsh language. They often indulge in unnecessary arguments. Rahu in Taurus makes the person a spendthrift too, so these natives spend a lot in luxury items. However, this position of Rahu can also make the native prone to addictions. The native may also choose some shady mean of earning.